Hey everyone, in this tutorial video I'm going to be showing you how you can create your own landing pages in WordPress with just completely free plugins. You won't have to pay for any plugins and you'll be able to make your own landing pages or sales pages on your website. So first, what is a landing page? A landing page is simply a page that has one goal in mind, and that might be to sell the visitor a product or to have them sign up on your email list. So what you're looking at right now is a landing page that I built just the way I'm about to show you, and this is for an ebook I'm pre-selling right now. Just go through it. So as you can see, there's nothing else besides the content and the call to action for this ebook. There's not a menu or a navigation or a sidebar or anything like that. So that's kind of the point of a landing page, is you don't want any distractions. You just want someone to purchase this or sign up. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to start by adding the 2 free plugins that we need. So the first one is the one that creates the actual blank page template. So you might not even need this plugin depending on what theme you're using. I think Divi and plenty of other themes out there have their own landing page template or a blank page, something like that. So be sure to check your theme and see if you already have this template. You might not even need this plugin. But if you don't have a blank page template, which I'm sure a lot of you don't, we're going to install this plugin called Blank Slate. It's this first one right here by Aaron Raymond. So I'm just going to install that and activate it. And now we're going to install the second plugin I recommend. So this plugin is a page builder, and I'm going to be using Beaver Builder, the light version. It's free. So right here it is. We'll install that. So you might already have a page builder on your website. You might be using Beaver Builder like me. They do have a premium version. It has a lot more features, a lot more widgets that you can add. I'm just going to be using the free version. I think it's completely sufficient to make a simple landing page to do what you'd like to do. And let's see, Page Builder by Site Origins is another popular one, and Visual Composer is a paid plugin that a lot of my clients use. So you might already have a page builder plugin, whatever you're comfortable using. If you've never used one, then we're going to be using Beaver Builder. It's really easy to use. All the links for these plugins will be down below and in the full blog post. So we have our 2 plugins that we need installed. So I'm just going to click this right here to add a new page, or you can go over to Pages, add a new page. And this will be our landing page. So I'm just going to call it Really Lame Landing Page. Now this is the important part. Over here on Template, we need to make sure we have Blank Slate, because that's going to be the blank page. So I've set the template. I've published the page. Let's take a look. Okay, so my original landing page was black because the theme I was using had a black background. So I've just switched over to a different WordPress theme, so it would be white. It really depends on your theme, what kind of style settings are going to be on this page. So that's just something to be mindful of. So right now here's just the blank page. So now we're going to you can click here on the page builder, or you can go over to the page and it'll launch the page builder. I don't need a tour. You can go ahead and do that if you want. It kind of just tells you can get some great templates if you purchase the full version. So to get started, we're going to start by adding our first row. So here's all the different styles you can use. There's 1 column, up to 6 sidebars. I'm just going to do 1 column because I want to put a title for my page. So I have this first row, and I kind of want this one full screen so that it, looks like a cool background panel. So we're going to go down to this row and click on this little settings icon. So we can change the width to full width, and then now it has stretched the entire page. I also want to change the background to, you can do a photo, even a video. I'm just going to do a color for simplicity. Just go with a bluish color. And you can add borders, change the text, all that stuff. Over here in advanced, this is where you can edit, you know, the margins and paddings if you need more spacing. The responsive layout, you can have it so this specific row only shows up on certain devices, which is really great for logged out users logged in, and add even CSS selectors if that's something you want to get into. So you have a good bit of options here with the free version. So I'm going to save that. And now we've got our first little spot. So I'm going to go up here to add content, and I'm going to start by adding our first little bit of content. So with the free version, you're only going to be allowed to use these basic modules: audio, HTML code, a photo, the text editor, which is basically the WordPress post editor, and a video. The advanced modules, all you can use is the sidebar. When you upgrade to the premium version, the link's down below. Then you can, there's a ton more modules to choose from. I've used it for a client. You can put in your blog post, all kinds of stuff. And if you have any widgets, you can add those too. So that's really easy. You know, you can add your recent posts, a search. I mean, you probably don't need those things for a landing page, but they're there. And if you decide you want to feature on your landing page, and there's a plugin that creates a widget, then boom, it'll be there and you can add it into your landing page. So I'm just going to start by adding a heading to this page. I'm going to bring over the text editor. And as you can see, it's just like the WordPress editor. You can even click that if you want some more room. So I'm going to put my headline, some headline here, you know, real fancy. I'll make it heading 1, and then here is my fancy tagline. So hopefully yours is a little better than mine. I'm going to center that so it looks nice, and save. So that's basically what it looks like on my end. Of course, depending on what theme you have, the styles are going to be different, but you can always go in here and say, I want all this text to be white. Here we go. So now it's white. You know, I can make it bold. Whatever options you have in your visual editor, you know, you're going to be able to use here. So, okay, I'm done with that. So now let's add our second row. So I'm going to add a 3-column row. And maybe I want, you know, 3 little photos of my product. Okay, so I've added a picture of one of my freebies just as an example. You could do like maybe, you know, a photograph, a graphic, an icon, whatever you want. I think the premium version of Beaver Builder lets you add in icons through their modules, but I'm not completely sure. So there's one little image. So you can edit these columns as well. You can just click on it, and you can edit the width if you want them all to be the same height. Let's say, yeah, I want them to be all the same height. We'll center the content in the middle. And I'm going to set a background color for this specific box. Let's go with this color. And let's put a border on it too. Let's just go crazy. So now I've got a box here, and I'm going to put some, let's put some content in there, just some text. So there's that. So can't really see it that well, so I'm going to go back in like I showed you and just change the color. Let's do light color. So that's kind of how that works. You can, you know, put whatever you want in there. Maybe I'll add a another photo here, and you can do it by the URL too if you know your photos are somewhere else. I'm just going to use this one that I've got already loaded up. You can link it. You can show the caption. You can't type the caption in here. It will be the caption connected to the image. So that's something you'd have to do in the media library. Okay, so I've got 3, you know, little boxes. So there's not a lot of spacing between this top one and this middle one. So I'm going to go in and add some more spacing. So let's go up here and we'll edit the row. Go over to advanced and we'll add some margins. Let's say 25 pixels to the top and maybe a little more than that. Let's do 40. Okay, so now there's some spacing between these. So let's add another row. We'll do just one column down here. If I can get it down here. So this is where you'd probably want to put your call to action, you know, buy this book or sign up, what have you. With Beaver Builder, the advanced or the premium version, they actually have a module that will put in a sign up form for you. Oh, that's super easy to use. I've used it before, but we're only using the free version. So we're gonna have to use some kind of widget to put up a sign up form, or you could even, you know, just put in an HTML code, boop, throw in your embed form, and there you go. Okay, so I have the embed code from MailerLite, which I use for my opt-in forms. So I'm just gonna pop that in there. Okay, so when I first put the code in here and saved it, I couldn't see, just like that, it disappeared. I couldn't see it. So, you know, that's kind of a problem. You can't see it right after you put it in, but if you go to done, publish your changes, it's there, you can see it. It just doesn't show up when you're in the builder. If we go back, I can see it now, but if I click it, it's going to disappear again. So I'll just leave it alone. So you can, like I did, put in an HTML block, paste your code. If you have a short code, you could just do, you know, the text editor, whatever. Or if you have a widget, what's the one that Genesis does? eNews Extended, I think it's called. I think that's a widget, so you could just pop it down in there. So one other cool thing I wanted to show you how to do is make some animations. They're really cool. They add a little bit of fanciness, you know, some interactivity to your page. You can't do it on an entire row, but you can do it on an individual content block. So I'm going to do it to my opt-in form right here. We'll just go over to the settings for the module. And for this one, we're going to go over to advanced. And down here on animation, we can have it slide up, slide down, fade in. So I'm going to have mine slide up. And I put a delay of 1 second on there. So I'm just going to save that. And go over to done, publish. And as you can see, it slides in after a second. It looks really cool. And it just adds, you know, just that extra little touch to your landing page so it doesn't look quite so static. So that was like super simple. It took, what, 10 minutes to make a landing page. Obviously, mine looks like a hot mess, but, you know, just to show you some of the things you can do. And my form has this green bar around it. That's just how I have it done. In MailerLite, it has nothing to do with the page builder. So I hope this helps you create your own landing and sales pages on WordPress. And, you know, you don't have to have fancy things like lead pages or optimized press. I mean, there's ways to do these things for free. I mean, obviously you're going to be limited by some stuff, but it's easy to create something quickly. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'd be happy to help you. And let me know what you think, and go out there and create some awesome landing pages.